Guns up, Poke fans. It's time for PokeCast. Broadcasting live at Mr. Bill's Seafood Express, located at 500 East McNeese Street in Lake Charles. Now, here's your host, Jim Gazzolo.
Welcome back to Mr. Bill's at 92.9 The Lake FM. We're across campus from McNeese State University. We'll wait for the whole hour. Oh, bless his heart, isn't that great?
That's not a very nice introduction.
It's great to have you back, Coach. How's that?
You got to be a little nicer.
Yeah, okay. A couple of things we want to talk about McNeese State.
If you want me to be nice to you, you got to be nice in return.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
Huh?
I'll play nice all night. You can play nice. Nobody would enjoy that, though. I think they'd be disappointed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so McNeese State men, 14-game national leading win streak, 19-2, 8-0. At Southeastern Saturday for a rematch with the preseason number one pick, Southeast Louisiana.
We also have the longest road winning streak in the country. Did you know that? Are you gonna? You need my help for your next story.
I needed your help last week, so I'll take it this week. I'll always take your help.
We have the after North Carolina lost last night at Georgia Tech, and somebody else lost last night that had a longer winning streak than us on the road, and then so we overtook that last night.
Okay.
While you were sleeping, we were overcoming another win streak.
There you go. You don't keep track of those things, do you?
Huh?
Apparently you keep track of those.
No, Bonnet told me.
Oh, I know he keeps track of all that.
Keeps track of everything. I got a text after every game of all of everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best in the business. I mean, where else can you find a guy who's the master of ceremonies and your sports information director?
We're going to ask
everybody
about that.
in here, give it up for Bonnet. How about him getting everybody fired up before the game? Let's go.
I'm going to ask you about that in a minute. Let me get through the promos
Did you see
first.
the video Did you see the video before the game?
Yes.
You know he made that himself.
No, I did not know that.
It wasn't like we farmed that out. Like he made that himself. How impressive is that?
Can I get through the
what?
promos?
I thought we were.
We're getting to that. The women's basketball team plays tomorrow night at home against Commerce. Softball opens up next week against Cal. Don't forget both the student bus trips to Nichols and Lamar are open, and the Cowboy Club has a bus trip to the same places. Both are open. Get in contact with that. And if you can't make it to the games, especially Saturday, don't forget to come here and watch it at Mr. Bill's for the watch party. Now we could talk about Matthew Bonnet before the game.
Alan's here from the Cowboy Club, president of our Cowboy Club, so he's been working hard on these bus trips. I think we got two going to Lamar, and we got one going to Nichols,
and
which
you get
is
your
good.
student bus trips.
Yeah,
people.
The Lamar you get a free meal at Papado's with the Lamar trip. So that's a hell of a deal now. The Lamar trip.
Everybody gets on a bus but me, I guess. I don't get to go on buses, do I? No.
Neither does Bonnet's wife.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, for $50, Alan will let you ride on his. You got the QR code right there.
There you go. I could use that right there. All right, so
I thought you were going to ride the bus with us one time. You want to do some story or something?
Yeah, I do.
Well, when are you doing that? We're running out of bus trips.
I gotta get some okays from people.
From who? I'm giving you the okay right now. Who else do you need an okay from?
Somebody that would pay for the trip.
Huh?
Somebody that's going to pay me for the stories for the trip.
Oh, well, that's your job. That's not my job.
Well, that's when I get that, I would.
I'm telling you, I'll give you the access. And that's an olive branch to be nice.
When am I not nice?
No, I'm saying I'm telling you.
I'm going to tell you
that we'll give you the access.
As long as we're getting started on this, DJ Richards said to me Monday night that you love me.
Huh?
DJ Richards Monday night said
I know, he knows.
He must love me.
I only pick on the people
That's
I like.
what he said.
Yeah.
He goes, he only
DJ's used to it.
That's what he said. He goes, hey, he's only mean to the people he loves, and he must really love you as he was walking out the door. That's what he said.
See, DJ, he's a good read of people.
So I know now.
So are you going to –
By the way, that's a terrible thing for your buddy Matthew Travis. It's 20-4.
No, it's 30-18 now.
30-18?
Georgia.
Okay.
Over Alabama.
Over Alabama. There you go.
Yeah. Matthew's crying somewhere. Is he listening to this? He is crying somewhere right now.
Only if he can put it on Twitter.
In his houndstooth coat, he is crying right now, watching them get slaughtered.
Okay, can we talk basketball now?
Huh?
Can we talk basketball now?
Well, when are you coming on the bus trip?
We'll figure that out. Matthew Bonnet, what do you think about his performance? Before the game.
Matthew Bonnett's performance?
Yes.
That was a 12 out of 10. It gets no better. I mean.
Did you see the text?
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, it gets. Tell him, ask him where he was today.
I'm supposed to ask Chaz where you were. He's listening.
We missed you at the presser today.
I think you scared him the other night.
Chaz, why did I scare him?
You scared a few people Monday night.
Why?
Because you were a little bit of an angry man Monday night.
I was just talking the truth.
But yeah, those are. You gotta remember, there's some kids in that room at the media. I think you.
Oh, he was at a funeral. That's a valid excuse. Valid excuse.
But you don't think you scared him a little bit?
No, I don't think I scared him. Why would I scare him?
Because you come in, you've won by 65 points over 2 nights in a row, and you were kind of like,
and I was mad as hell.
Yes.
You should see me in the film session for the last hour and a half.
I would have liked it. Now
that's
access I would have taken.
If you thought the press conference was fun.
Okay, so what are you angry at? What were you specifically angry about for the fans?
I mean, what do you mean?
What were you specifically? What upset you the most?
The most? Well, I had a lot of things I was upset about.
Well, yeah,
I wouldn't say one that was the most. Well, let's see. Offensively, we don't move. So, listen. So, we shoot 47% on uncontested. You're a smart man. We shoot 47% on uncontested jump shots.
Yes.
So, we basically make 1 out of 2. We shoot 29% on contested jump shots. So, wouldn't you think you'd want to take more uncontested jump shots than contested jump shots?
That would mathematically, yes.
Mathematically, that would be smart, right? Not even analytics. That's just logic.
Yes.
Well, we've decided we want to take all these contested jump shots. So we can't score. So, I tell them, you guys think I'm trying to hold your game back. I'm trying to keep you from doing stuff that makes you look terrible. I'm trying to help you. You think I'm trying to hurt? I'm trying to help you. And so we don't move the ball. We don't move bodies. So we end up driving against set defenses and playing one-on-one and taking contested jump shots. And then when you do that, they're inside of you, so you got no chance to offensive rebound because you can't stir the defense up and put them in rotation and get creases to go in an offensive rebound. All right? So that is highly concerning to me on offense because we had trouble with Northwestern State early on. It's the same thing Corpus did. It's the same thing Commerce did. And so that's a major problem. Defensively, our foot angles above the free throw line, our foot angles below the free throw line, being off to the ball and being in help, our defensive rebounding, all 4 major issues.
Okay, so now you're 19-2.
Yeah.
So the fans are asking me, after some stories.
You actually talk to people?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Oh, okay, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know if they.
But they did. They asked because I wrote a piece on what you said.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I used some quotes.
Okay.
And they were saying, why would he seem so angry after being 19-2 and 8-0 and winning by 65 points? They didn't get it. Well, what I was trying to tell them, and tell me if I'm wrong, is he's trying to coach for future as much as now.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're 46 days from Selection Sunday today. All right, so we got 46 days to get this stuff right. Because it all boils down to 2 or 3 days in March. All this stuff we've done is fantastic. It's great. It's great for you to write about. All that stuff you read off at the beginning sounds awesome. It's fun. It's great. Everybody's having a great time. It's awesome. But we got to win in March.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what we got to do. And so what we're doing right now is not good enough in some of those high stakes games. And so we have to. I'd rather get it fixed now than learn a lesson and lose a critical game that we need to win. And quite frankly, I mean, look, I've been fortunate. I don't know if I've been on a 14-game winning streak, but we've been on some 10 and 12-game winning streak. I mean, you got to treat a couple of these wins like losses so you can get everybody back.
Yeah.
You got to tighten the reins a little bit. And I knew we were loose before the Northwestern State game, but I didn't go crazy because, they were playing without their starting point guard. We were playing at home. I only got so many bullets I can fire. So I was just like, all right, let's just chill out. We'll get through this, and then I'll unleash what I want to unleash. Because if we do the same thing Saturday at Southeastern, we're going to get beat. I mean, Southeastern's good. They, like you said, they were picked to win the league. I know they've been up and down because they haven't shot it as well sometimes, and they've struggled a little bit offensively at times. But, we've got to be if you look at the analytics, it's one of the 3 closest games we got left.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty simple. It's at at Southeastern, at Nichols, and at Lamar are the 3 games that are the toughest 3 games we got left on the schedule. And so, like, we got to be on point. We got to be firing on all cylinders, and we can't have the mistake. You know, we could overcome the mistakes at home against New Orleans and Northwestern, but we can't overcome those mistakes on the road at Southeastern. And some of the offensive stuff I was talking about, if we don't get that fixed, Commerce is going to crawl all up in us Monday night, and we're going to have nowhere to drive the ball. And it's going to look like we did when we went to Commerce and we escaped 63-57, I believe. But, you know, we weren't as good as we need to be. And so, you know, look, we have 5 game standards. We got 2 of them. Yeah. So every game we have 5 standards. One, we want to win the rebounding battle, lost against Northwestern State. We want 30-plus deflections. We got the 30-plus deflections. 12 or less turnovers. We turn it over 8 times. We got that. So we got the deflections. We got the turnovers. 5 turkeys. Turkeys, pardon me. A turkey is like bowling, 3 straight stops. If you get that 5 times in a game, you got an 80% chance to win. If you just get that, you're in pretty good shape. We got 4 turkeys because we can't rebound, so we couldn't finish off possessions. And then the game goal, the other game goal changes per game based on, a lot of times it's make more free throws the other team attempts or something like that. But this game, it was 15-plus possessions of 2 or more paint touches because you have to drive the ball multiple times against teams that play like that. How many do you think we had in the first half? 2. And the second half, we had 7. So we had 9 possessions in the entire game where we did what we were supposed to do. So we got 2 out of the 5 game goals. We got to get 3 out of the 5 game goals. Their ass is going to be on the line in the morning. We're going to be running.
There you go. I don't have a problem with that, by the way.
No.
Because as I told them.
That right choice. We're going to stretch him out good. Our athletic trainer, the great Matt Choice, is here. Give him a hand. Choice. A little embarrassed, but he's a Chicago guy.
What part?
He's a Chicago guy. West suburbs.
Which one?
Aurora.
Know it well.
Yeah, he's a Chicago guy. See?
West Aurora, East Aurora.
If you would know more people in our program, know more about our program, you would know that. You'd know our
if
athletic
I get better
trainer,
access,
you know
maybe
our
I get on a
athletic
bus,
trainers are Chicago guys.
Maybe if I get on a bus and get invited, maybe I will. East Aurora, West Aurora.
Oh. He's a big Cubs fan.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me.
He loves the Iowa Hawkeyes.
That does nothing for me.
He loves the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's a sport to watch him watch the Iowa women's team play. I thought Bonnet I thought was going to have to call the ambulance in Corpus watching Matt watch watching Choice watch the Iowa, what are they, Lady Hawkeyes or Hawkeyes? I don't know. They're the Hawkeyes, I'm sorry. It's miserable. On a Saturday in the fall, and you go in the training room and he's got that Iowa football team on, watching all those punts and all that stuff, it is misery.
They are good at punting.
It is misery. And he's over there, and look at the punter. Look at this. Look at our defenses out there. We're getting ready to score. I'm going, man, this is awful. Can we watch some SEC football, some real football, some athletes, some people running around, some offense? And, he loves the Hawkeyes.
You had me before you took a shot at the Big Ten on television.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm a Big Ten guy. Come on.
I know. I was just pointing out things.
I'm from Glen Ellen and Naperville, so.
There you go. All right, we all can talk later on. What we got?
Yeah, okay. So your point is, because you talk a lot about the one thing that I think is the biggest issue on defense is giving up uncontested threes or unchallenged threes. But you say it's all footwork today.
That's the uncontested threes are what you see.
That's what I'm saying.
It happens way before we give up the uncontested three. That's just the byproduct of 2 other things going wrong before that.
Yeah.
Our foot angles, our middle drive, and our split. We have 3 things that fail before we give up the 3. If we could fix 1 or 2 of those 3 things, we're never going to give up the open threes that we're giving up.
Yeah.
And so I can sit there and do closeout drills all day, or I can try to, that's the I'm trying to fix the symptoms of the problem. I'm not trying to just the threes is the outcome issue that we have. But the real problem is our foot angles, being off to the ball, not getting split, and not letting the people get back to the middle where they can get to the other side of the court and see the people on the threes. We don't get beat on ball side threes. It's the threes on the other side of the court when we let them get back to the middle. So I'd rather fix all that and not worry about the threes. Because if we fix that, the threes will take care of themselves.
See, and that's what I got out of your press conference today was the problem was the drive and kick.
Correct. The penetrating pitch.
I was listening.
Penetrating pitch. You pay attention. I like that.
Yes, I was. When we come back, we'll find out more about what we pay attention to and don't with Will Wade and see who else can get on the bus after this on the PokeCast.
Mr. Bill's Seafood Express, located at 500 East McNeese Street in Lake Charles, is locally owned and operated. Don't forget to check out Mr. Bill's Seafood Express daily lunch specials Monday through Friday. Mr. Bill's Seafood Express also has live music every Thursday and Saturday night. Chad Poussaint and Jason Giller, the owners of Mr. Bill's Seafood Express, proudly support the McNeese Cowboys. Mr. Bill's Seafood Express, 500 East McNeese Street in Lake Charles, says, "Go Pokes!"
The McNeese PokeCast is also brought to you by Keelan Construction. Keelan Construction is South Louisiana's leading vertical and horizontal general contractor. Keelan courageously pursues complex challenges to advance further the life and culture of our staff and the communities we serve. And also brought to you by Southwest Beverage. Rooted in the community of Southwest Louisiana since 1954, Southwest Beverage has been a family-owned and operated business for 3 generations. Bud Light and Southwest Beverage has been a loyal supporters of McNeese State University for over 30 years by providing athletic scholarships as well as scholarships for students. We pride ourselves on being the premier beverage supplier in Southwest Louisiana and will continue to be here for many years to come. Thank you for your support of our brands and McNeese Athletics, and as always, go Pokes.
We're back at Mr. Bill's, home of the watch party. You don't have a watch party here when you guys play on the road.
I know. I talked to Chad.
It's amazing.
Chad keeps me up to date on things.
It's amazing. And apparently we were waiting your dinner.
I got it right here. See, Chad, we got our...
Shrimp brought to you by Southwest Beverage.
Look at this. There you go. Once again, dinner theater with Will Wade on a Wednesday night. How great is that?
We're not going to get into
we won't get into that again.
The seafood.
We got questions
the
today.
boiled shrimp are tremendous. So we got Bonnet back on the microphone. Right. You're not yelling into it this time.
No, not this time. I asked you this the other night after the game, and I thought it was a great answer. So I wanted you to in case people who didn't hear it, you talk about your standards, not playing to your standards and everything. And I asked, being at 19-2, have you played to your standards yet?
Yeah, I mean, no, not yet. We haven't played a complete game. That's what you're chasing is a complete game. Beginning, middle, end, playing to your standards, getting off to a good start. Like, we didn't get off to a good start against Northwestern State. We did a horrible job finishing the half. That was as bad as you can do finishing the half. We should have gotten the last shot. We missed the shot, and then we given a tip in at the buzzer. Just terrible. That's poor coaching on my part. I mean, that's pitiful. We don't get off to a great start in the second half, and our 6-minute game was just okay. So I mean, you've got to play, you've got to play a complete game. You got to play a complete, complete halves. You got to get off to a good start. You got to finish the half strong, and we haven't done that yet, and so we're still chasing that, and that's what it's going to take for us to compete at the level we want to compete at.
A couple of things last week. For the second or third week in a row, you got votes in the AP poll, but now you got 2 votes in the AP poll. But this week you got 4 votes.
Did you finally vote for us?
I'm not a voter.
No.
But you got 4 votes in the coaches poll.
Yeah, no, I didn't know I had 4 coaches that were friends.
Did you?
I didn't know I had 4 guys that would vote for us. I must have forgotten I coached at McNeese when they hit him on the ballot.
I was going to ask you that. Where did those votes come from? I mean,
I have no idea. Somebody probably stuffed the ballot box.
So you do have friends out there now.
I guess.
So people love Will Wade all of a sudden. But that national attention obviously is something. But also the weekend you had 2 games where you had over 4,000 people.
Incredible. I mean the New Orleans game was sold out, and the Northwestern game was 100 short of a sellout.
Yeah.
We had, I get the numbers from Logan. We had 711 students click in at the Northwestern game, which was, I think that's I don't know if we've ever had that. Have we, Mike? Mike, have we ever had that? It was a record student attendance. Yeah, we had 711. I got the numbers this morning. And so, that's now we had all the giveaways and It was funny, before the game, my manager came back here with a cheeseburger and a Coke. I said, what are you doing? He's like, it's student giveaway night. I went to the concession stand and got this. I'm like, I think that was not for you. I was like, I think that was for the students who actually came. I was like, I'm a student. I just gave him my ID and got the cheeseburger. I want to say, well, go get me a hot dog. But I mean, that's incredible to have 711 students there. And I think we're about 100 short of a sellout, 115 short of a sellout. And so, it's great that the community's behind us. Everybody's getting out and supporting us. And, when we went on that run where on Monday night, that was as loud as I've heard it. That was as loud as maybe all year when we lobbed the ball to Shoemate we got the steal, lobbed it to Shoemate for the dunk, got the steal in transition, laid it in again, and then, that place, it was rocking.
When they called the timeout?
Yeah, and so that was awesome. And, our guys enjoy playing in front of the home crowd, and that part's been a lot of fun.
So what was it like getting that technical?
Oh, I earned that. I tried to get it before that. They wouldn't even give it to me.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I tried like heck to get it at the timeout. I told my guys, I was like, I'm going out here to get a technical. I left the huddle. I said, I'm going out here to get a technical right now. They're like, for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm going out here. I'm tired of this. I walked out there to get technical. They wouldn't tee me up.
No, I was surprised by that.
I came back to the huddle, and then I knew the magic words to say to make sure he got me the technical.
That's all right. It was well earned.
Huh?
It was well earned.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've been trying to get it for about 3 or 4 minutes. I couldn't get it.
So I want, because people go crazy around here a little bit on looking at brackets. Now, we're still in January, last day of January. Do you look at brackets? Do you care about the brackets? Do you even think about that right now?
No, I haven't looked at any of them. Sometimes my staff will show them to me like, hey, look at this matchup, or hey, look at that. I think we're 12 or something recently or something.
Yeah.
But no, none of that matters unless we win the tournament. So, we gotta focus on what we need to focus on. All that stuff will take care of itself.
Your season basically does revolve around, obviously now you want 2 games at home. But the 2 home games, you win those 2 home games, you get to the tournament, you win the conference title. That's really what it comes down to, right?
Yeah, it comes down to hopefully 2 if we can come in the top 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully it'll come.
Well, you have a 2-game lead already.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We're not across the finish line yet.
No, but I'm 19-2.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we got some work to do.
You won 23 plus 1, so that's 24. So you're 5 away. Are you gonna throw a party when you get to 24?
I don't know. You want to?
Well, it's not me.
Well, you were a doubter.
When did I ever doubt that?
You were a doubter. You didn't think we were going to do that when I said that in the press conference.
No.
Huh?
No, I did not.
Right. So you're a doubter.
I'm not going to kid about that. No.
Right.
Well, that's what I do. That's what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, go ahead.
See, you didn't think we could do it.
So, but when you look at that?
No, look, we're not going to throw a parade for winning 24. We got to keep going. I don't think
24 isn't going to do now.
I don't think anybody in here would be real excited with just 24 right now. Huh?
No.
They just signed up for it in September.
They would have been shocked in September.
Huh?
They would have been shocked in September. Yes.
Yeah, but not now.
No. So, okay.
Now, I will give you this. I will give you this. When you texted me after the VCU win, I said 22 more to go, and you said, I'll take the over.
Yeah. At that point in time, that was the first game where I said, I looked at that game and I said, this team has come together quicker than I thought. I didn't think it would come together that quick. That's all.
Well, it's because you didn't know who Shahade Wells was.
Speaking of Mr. Wells.
Yeah, 1,000 points.
I was going to go there. 1,000 points. Second guy this year to get his career 1,000 point. Obviously well earned for him. Coming off a week before where he didn't shoot the ball particularly well, and had a pretty good week this week. What was the difference, do you think?
Yeah, he told me Sundays, I'm 10 away from 1,000 points. I said, that's awesome, Hade. I love that. I'm excited for you. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get it next game. I said, next game, you better get the first half. I said, next game. I said, I ain't waiting a whole game for you to score 10. So you better get that in the first half. But no, he's awesome and just a great worker and really mature kid and very, 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 very well-deserved and well-earned. And, he's only really played 3 years.
Yeah.
Actually playing 3 years. And so he's scored 1,000 points in 3 years. Is doing it.
Yeah, and the one thing he does is he does not force his game. It doesn't seem. There's a lot of other things he does.
Yeah, I mean, he gets steals. He's assists and steals. There's a lot of other stuff that he does, but we could kick it out a few more times. Everybody on offense. We got a lesson on that today.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
So it was a long film session.
Oh, it was hour plus.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with those.
Huh?
Nothing wrong with those.
No, we don't do
sometimes.
them often.
So, but
they knew it was going to be bad because I took it out of the film room and we did it upstairs in the Cleckley room, so they knew it was going to be rough. I said, y'all get comfortable.
I think they knew Monday night it was going to be long.
They probably had a good idea.
They talked about it.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah. When you left, yeah, they made no bones. That's going to be a long. Wow. They knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's fine.
Yeah, no doubt.
But you got that going. You also got Shoemate had a good game. But except for the UNO game, the last 4 games or so, you've shot free throws pretty well. They seem to be better. Christian was 7 of 10 the other night.
Yeah, we've been working on that. We've brought somebody in to help us. I mean, I'm not a shooting coach, and so we brought somebody in to help us. He changed his shot. He changed his routine. He changed his rhythm of how he shoots, and I think all that was his. He was better. The biggest thing, this goes unnoticed, but in the past when he's missed the first one, he always misses the second one. Twice he missed the first one and made the second one. So he was able to slow back down and correct and adjust. And Chad sees me shooting with him after practice every day. And but he was able to slow down and correct, adjust, and make that second one. That was huge growth just in terms of, it's saved us extra points. And so he gets fouled because he's such a live body. He's always around the ball. He's always around the rim. And, if we can get him making free throws, that's worth an extra 4 to 5 points a game for us. Because there's some, he won't ever admit this, but there's some times in the game he goes in there and makes the shot harder than it needs to be because he's trying to avoid contact so he doesn't get fouled. He's just trying to make the layup. So I think now will allow him to be more aggressive and knowing that if he gets fouled, he can make some things happen. Speaking of Chad, I believe we have a question from our great owner of Mr. Bill's.
There you go. Hey. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Like you said, me and my dad, we go watch practice all the time. My kind of question was, it was cool seeing the scout team guys getting in the game at the last couple of minutes and then, like, T-Tiny dunking. What? That dude got some ups, huh?
Oh, Fields and Tijon. Oh, yeah.
And then, he's hitting Tijon hitting them threes.
Yeah.
Like, how cool was that? Like, to see those guys, that work every day and they don't get the limelight and all that. How cool was that for them?
I mean, you see how hard they work and practice. Tijon Brown, the one who dunked it, he'll go 60 straight possessions playing hard-nosed defense in practice. It's incredible. He'll go 60 straight possessions, just boom, 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 going right after him, playing hard-nosed, tough defense. And, Fields is our captain. He's got all the energy and all the spunk, and so that step back three he took, I'm glad he made that, or I'd have had some issue with that, but see him get in there. But I mean, Tijon and Berze, even though they don't play much or hardly play at all, they come in every morning at 7 a.m. still and get their shooting in. Like, I mean, those guys work and are diligent, and I'm glad I'm glad they enjoy it. You can see how much our team enjoys it when they score and when they get in. And the referee had to warn us. He said we had too many people on the court when Fields scored, and so it's great for those guys. They've earned it, and they work hard every day, and it's good to see them rewarded.
We just got news that Wells was named Mid-Major Show Player of the Week nationally. So it's his 3rd national award. It's pretty impressive. So one thing I did want to ask you about that I asked you about yesterday was DT and the
not bad for somebody who didn't know who they were 3 months ago.
Just gonna keep digging that one, aren't you? I knew who he was. I just didn't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah,
that's all. Okay. You had told me he was going to be you thought possible player of the year in the league, and he was named the most feared, wasn't he?
I don't know.
He was named most feared by the other coaches in the league.
They were right on that.
Yeah, it does seem so. But DT will be out the year.
Yeah, he's got a back injury, and so he had some back surgery, and then he's just been rehabbing, and he actually went to the doctor yesterday to get it checked out and get an update, and so we've just decided to shut him down. It's just too painful for him and too tough for him, and so he's going to shut it down and we'll just roll with what we got right now.
That seems to be enough right now. You're about 9 deep. Now, you said you only need to play 7, 8.
Yeah, we're playing 9 though right now.
Yeah. You like that?
Kind of wear teams down, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that because we're going to talk about your defense the other day when we get back on the PokeCast. Right this with Will Wade.
The McNeese PokeCast is also brought to you by Southwest Louisiana Credit Union. Southwest Louisiana Credit Union now offers an account just for McNeese students. It's the Blue and Gold checking account. All it takes is $5 to get you in. You get a free debit card, online and mobile banking, and access to a smart ATMs. There's no service charge. You can even get free financial counseling. That's why Southwest Louisiana Credit Union is now the official credit union for McNeese students and McNeese athletics. Find out more at swlacu.com. To open a Blue and Gold checking account, go by Southwest Louisiana Credit Union at 4056 Ryan Street, about a block away from campus. Membership is required. As the oldest athletic booster organization at McNeese, the McNeese Cowboy Club is proud to continue providing support to all McNeese athletes for 49 years. We meet every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. in the Cowboy Club room located over the south end zone with talks from coaches and other leaders in McNeese athletics. Come join us and discover what being a McNeese athletic booster is all about. And go Pokes.
We're back at Mr. Bill's across the street from campus and home of the watch party. We got a lot of things going on right now. I want to remind 2 things going on. The Cowboy Club's bus trips to Nichols and Lamar, a dinner with the trip to Lamar. You do not have to be a member of the Cowboy Club to sign up for that. Anybody is welcome. Just got to be, I guess, a McNeese fan. I don't think they want Lamar fans on the bus. And, of course, the student bus trip also to Nichols and Lamar. That's February 17th to Nichols and Monday, February 26th to Lamar. The Lamar game could be a showdown game. Those are both games you have said are, along with Saturday's game, are kind of watch games for you, right? We got you in between bites there. I'm sorry.
They're going to be the tough games, yes.
I was trying to time my questions out so that you could enjoy your dinner. Because that's what we're here for you to have dinner, Coach. That's what we're here for. Well, all right. So, I wanted to ask.
It's a working dinner.
Okay. There you go. Anybody else have any questions for Coach Wade? Just come to the microphone. Please ask him. He does not want to hear from me. He hears enough from me. He's told me that many times.
I get you twice in one day on Wednesdays.
They're
twice in one day.
That's why I didn't ask many questions this afternoon. I can take all your answers off of this. How's that? I just do that. Oh. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah. You know when you did your first podcast here?
Yes.
I asked you if you was ready for him, and you told me he had to be ready for you.
That's right.
Who
was right, Butch?
You were right.
Who was right?
Now, the other question I have for you, you can answer this yes or no. I'm hoping it's yes. Do you like it here?
I love it here, yes.
Okay. The other question is, how have the people here treated you other than
tremendously?
What I told
I had
you.
I had your salsa the other night, actually.
Other than what I told you when I first met you.
Yeah, I had your salsa here I had your salsa the other night at home.
It's good.
Very good.
Okay.
Tremendous.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
What?
Unbelievable. No follow-up question. We needed a follow-up question. If you like it here, you staying here?
Huh?
We want to hear how long you're going to stay here.
You're going to have news on that soon. Just chill
out.
All
right. Okay. All right.
The boss is here. I can't talk.
Oh, you can break it here.
No.
Break any news you want to break. Anytime you want. Just you got my number. If you ever want to talk about it, we can talk about whatever you're going to do.
I'm sure. I thought I got a memo that I can't talk to you without it going through the SID.
there was some rumors that has taken place, but I think some of that has been rescinded. I hope. I always inform.
I got
Matthew.
a strongly worded email.
I always inform
about being careful about talking to you.
I always inform Mr. Bennett when I have either talked to you or am about to try to talk to you. I always make sure to keep him in the loop. I don't want to shut that down. I don't want to get in trouble. You're 8 games into the league, and the question
Saturday's
for that
the halfway point.
Yeah, I've actually written that for the preview. The question.
You've already written the preview?
Parts of it, yeah. Parts of it. Yeah.
When does that publish?
Saturday. Comes online Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I try to work ahead.
I like that.
When you're sitting there talking to us and I'm actually typing, I'm actually working, waiting there. But you're starting to see teams the second time around. Northwestern
how about this?
State.
This is weird. I've never seen this. So we played Northwestern State twice. Saturday we'll play Southeastern twice.
Yeah.
Monday we'll play Commerce twice. Next Saturday we'll play Corpus twice, right?
Yes.
So we have played 4 teams twice. We have yet to play Nichols still, and we've yet to play Houston Christian.
Yeah.
We will have played 4 teams twice before we played 2 teams once. Have you ever seen anything like that? It's crazy.
I got to be honest with you. I have, because I've been in the Southland Conference for a while. So, yes, I have seen some strange schedulings at times. How's that? You asked me that the other night about the 26 turnovers in a game, and I said, yeah, I watched the women's game.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
You shouldn't say that.
But it's true, though. You see everything in this conference. You see just about everything in this conference.
Okay.
But I wanted to ask you your impressions of the conference halfway in almost.
I mean, look, I think the teams play extremely, extremely hard. There's really good athletes. Everybody's got downhill drivers and folks who can really drive the ball. And so I think I've been impressed. I mean, a lot of the teams are very, very physical, grab and hold and foul quite a bit, especially on the perimeter. And so, it's tough sledding, especially on the road.
Better than you thought?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yes.
I tried to tell you that it wasn't as bad as.
Yeah, it's better than I thought.
I think you got a special question.
Yeah, we'll see what this is. This will be interesting. What do you got, boss?
Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Wow. A week early, but okay.
Yeah, I know who she wants to win. She only watches because of what's the lady's name? The singer?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
You're not a Swiftie?
Huh?
You're not a Swiftie?
No.
But she's a Swiftie? You're a Swiftie?
She is, yeah.
So then you got to root for one side, don't you?
Yeah, I was rooting for the Lions because Bonnet loves the Lions, and then they lost. I'm going to go with the Chiefs because Felder likes the Chiefs. C.J. Felder's a huge Chiefs fan.
Well, that's going to make her happy.
So I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Does that make you happy? So would you rather see more Taylor Swift on TV or less?
More Taylor Swift.
There you go.
More Taylor Swift.
Less football.
There you go.
There's your NFL fans right
That's
there.
Exactly
There's
right.
The new breed of NFL
yeah,
fan.
they watch football now.
There you go.
So, thanks, boss.
There you go. See?
I got one.
You're not a Swiftie, though?
This is for Gazzola.
There we go. Good.
When are you going to start traveling?
Whenever somebody gives me a full-time job, I guess. I don't know. But that is actually being worked on, Matthew, if you want to know the truth. That's actually being worked on. So there you go. If somebody lets me on a bus, I'll go. But no, that is actually being talked about. So hopefully at least by the NCAA tournament if you get in. I would desperately hate to get approved and then somebody loses in a title game or something. That would be bad. So if I get approved, that has to be happening. Any other questions? If we got more, please. Not for me, though. You don't need any more for me. But you're talking about the league itself.
I got a question for you. How's your tux fitting going for the Gatsby?
Here we go.
That's a question. I need an answer.
Poorly.
Why poorly? Did you clear it with the wife yet?
Oh, she's not going to go.
I thought you said she was going.
I don't think she would.
Heath and I have you a table. Jimmy, we have a table. Yeah, you're sitting at a table. We got your seats at a table.
Well, I'd be going stag if I. My wife's she's about as interested in that stuff as I usually am, to be honest with you.
It's a night out. It's a night out. It'll be fun.
My nights are. I'm generally out at night by 9, and I mean out asleep.
I mean, you're coming. We gotta get you dressed and ready to roll.
If I'm out of
my lounge, it's the party of the year in Lake Charles. You hadn't heard?
It hurt.
It's the party of the year.
I've heard for 3 years. I've heard. Yes.
So why haven't you gone? I mean, you're the first. When somebody says fun, you're the first person I think of in Lake Charles. It's the first person that comes to mind.
That's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate for you. Believe me. Back in my day, perhaps. Not now. Not now. I'm not.
I think you think I'm joking. You're going to be at the Gatsby.
I think you think I'm joking when I say when I'm at your games at 9 o'clock at night. That's past my bedtime.
Well, you're coming to the Gatsby. It'll be a fun night. It's on a Friday. It's a Saturday night. It's Saturday night, right? Saturday night. So you have no. I mean, you let loose a little bit on Saturday night. You'll be all right.
Let loose in years. Anyway, back to actual basketball questions. The show is
people are interested in that.
Absolutely not. You've made them.
They're
interested to see if you can get me to do something.
There are people that listen to this that are going to be looking for you at the Gatsby.
I don't.
100%.
I hope not.
100%. That's going to 100%.
Oh, that's peer pressure. That's a lot of peer pressure. Can I get back to this list?
What?
You see, I do a list every time, and
but you never follow it.
Well, I never get to it.
You never follow it.
I never get to it.
What's good having a list if you don't follow it?
I wanted to ask you about the thing you brought up last time, which is the strange thing about you don't know the rest of the league, even though you're halfway through it because you haven't seen it. How difficult does that make it, or does it make it more interesting considering the tournament you will have not seen possibly half of the league for 3 weeks?
Yeah, hopefully if we can get one of those top seeds in the tournament, then you've got 2 or 3 days to watch everybody else and kind of figure out what's going on. So, look, the league schedule is what it is. You got to play them as they're scheduled and just figure it out. And so, we'll be prepared. We do a good job preparing. We do a good job with our film work and that sort of thing. And so we just got to do what we can do to prepare, and we'll play whoever they tell us to play. But it just is an odd scheduling quirk where you play 4 teams twice before you play 2 teams even once. And then you got to play those other 2 teams twice in, like a 3-week period.
Was it kind of strange to play Northeastern? Usually when you have a flip schedule like
Northwestern?
this. Northwestern State. Northwestern State. Was it strange to play them
Northeastern's in Boston. I don't know if you knew that. In the Colonial Athletic Association. Yeah, they play at Matthews Arena. You ever been there? It's a hockey arena.
No, but I've seen them. I actually have seen them play in the Bean Pot. So.
Yeah. I've been to the Bean Pot. Did you know that?
It doesn't surprise me.
When I worked at Harvard, I went to the Bean Pot.
Okay. Dude, I don't know if half the people down here would know what the Bean Pot is.
It's a huge hockey tournament.
It's the Boston.
The 4 Boston schools play each other in hockey for the Bean Pot every year. College hockey is a big deal.
BC, BU, Northeastern, and Harvard.
Harvard.
You worked at Harvard.
2 years.
Yeah.
I didn't learn much up there, as you can tell.
How could you not learn at Harvard?
But
we have a question. Thank God. Thank God.
So, something that I think several fans have commented and noticed on is how the teams in the Southland Conference seem to be copying what other teams have done to seem to be successful. So how are you adjusting to that with them being like copycats of what others have done successful and overcoming that?
Yeah, that's a good question, Alan. We've learned, too, that they all share what they do with each other. They share all of our stuff with everybody. We got that back secondhand from somebody. We had all of our stuff that had been passed around from like 3 teams within the league. So that's fine. You still got to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of the reason. Like, we have to execute our stuff better offensively. Hey, if they know what it is, that's fine. You still got to be able to stop it. You got to be able to stop the guy who's doing it. And so that's why we have to execute that better. And that's why we've got to teams aren't going to change what they're doing if we can't get better at stopping what they keep exploiting. And so that's why I was so frustrated is we know what the issue is, but we refuse to fully fix it. And so we need to get that fully fixed. And that's why I've been more frustrated is like I tell our guys all the time, like we need new problems. We need new problems. Like we can't keep going over the same problems over and over again. Like we need some new problems. Give me something else to solve. And so like to your point, Alan, like I'd like to see 2 or 3 other things teams try to do against us so we've seen everything by the time we roll around to playing them at real. Once we get this corrected, within a week they'll have something else they want to try. Then another week they'll have something else they want to try. I want to see all that before the tournament so we know everything they can try. And right now, it's a one-trick pony. We know the one thing they can do, and we can't stop it, so they keep doing it, which is smart.
And it is for the most part, it's a kind of mug-it-up physical league. That's how they try to stop people.
Very physical.
It seems like it.
Grab, hold, very, very physical.
More physical than most people think.
Very
When we
physical.
come back on the final segment, we're going to talk about the weekend coming up and what's left of the season on the PokeCast with Will Wade.
The McNeese PokeCast is also brought to you by Twisted Vines. They offer residential and commercial lawn and landscaping maintenance, irrigation and drainage installation and repairs, outdoor landscaping, lighting, holiday and event light installation also with 3D drawings. Contact Ryan Boyd at 337-274-2267 or email info@twistedvineslc.com. Like them on Facebook and follow on Instagram at twistedvineslc. If you mention you heard the Twisted Vines on the PokeCast, you will receive a 10% discount off your purchase. And Pompelli Tire, official tire store of McNeese Athletics. Experts in tires, EV-specific tires as well. We do more than just tires. Mechanical work as well. A full-time mechanic is on site at all times to help in your needs.
Final 15 minutes here at Mr. Bill's with Will Wade. Oh, thanks. Oh, great. I will survive, I think. I think I could possibly survive. So you're reading my text now. You're looking on my text.
That was a group text.
That was not a group text.
He wanted it to be seen for.
He wants everything to be seen by you. This man is. You are his hero, I believe. Oh, we got a question. Yeah.
I have a brother-in-law that's a burly person that he handed down to me. Tuxedo.
Oh.
It's free.
Doug, I love you.
And I'll give it to you free.
All right, thank you. I hope it's not purple. I really hope it's not purple. Burly, that was kind of offensive. I think robust would have been a better word, but okay, so I get a tux out of the deal. If I get a free tux, I'll go see you. How's that?
Done. We got your free tux. That's dumb.
Oh, this is a living hell. A living hell. All right, so can we get to
You're going to have the time of your life that night at the Gatsby. You should be a little
8 consecutive hours of sleep is the time of my life.
You should be a little bit more appreciative.
I'm looking forward to it. How's that?
You're getting a free ticket to the party of the year. The thing's sold out, is it not? Is it sold out? Sold out. The tables are sold out. You should have some level of appreciation for us getting you in.
I'm overjoyed.
There's people that are dying to get in this thing. Jimmy's got a whole closet in our arena that's all full of Gatsby stuff. She was in there working on it the other day.
Really?
Yes. It's a whole closet of stuff in our arena that is nothing but the Gatsby. There are people in town that would kill to be able to get into the Gatsby.
So I could sell my ticket is what you're saying and make a nice little profit.
No.
Okay.
You've been around,
now I like
you've been around Heath too long.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Been around
That's
Heath
true.
too long.
Can we get the basketball to finish with 10 minutes of basketball?
Huh?
Okay.
Whatever you want to. It's your show.
It is? Oh, that's not even close. Last week I heard you say to somebody, I'm about to go on my radio show.
Well,
yes, you did. Did you not?
I did say that.
Yes, okay.
It's hard to explain to somebody when you're trying to get them off the phone that it's a podcast. Come on.
So we're going to rename it Will Wade and Guests.
No, we don't need to do that.
Okay. have dinner with Will.
Why did you request me for the full hour again?
I did not request you for the full hour.
Well, don't you book the guests? It's your show.
I do not book. It's not my show. I do not book the guests. Last year I booked the guests.
You were so bad they passed that off to somebody else?
He said it was so bad that he took it over, yes. It was so. We started at Maplewood Burgers.
Did you?
Yeah. And we had very few viewers and listeners. Very few.
Dang, Jim, you're
But the burgers were good.
rough crowd. The stuffed burger, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to Southeastern. The preseason favorite. You said you were going to before the season began. You said you were going to show them. You showed them
didn't
the first.
say that.
You said we'll see
Not
about
publicly.
that. We see
I didn't,
that.
we'll see about that. Is not
you're talking in a ballroom of a hotel with 18 people around.
We'll see about that. Is not we're going to show them.
Okay, what did you say?
I said we'll see about that. That's not the same as saying we're going to show them.
Okay.
Semantics. That you're a wordsmith.
Yeah, but it's the media. You try to bump things up and make it interesting.
Yeah, I know how y'all do.
But you did beat them the first time. You expect a different game down there, though.
Yeah, it'll be a totally different game. And we got off to a great start. They closed it to 2 in the second half, and the point guard missed a 3, and then we got off and got on a run and stretched our legs a little bit. But once again, what I talked about earlier, we didn't have the consistency in that game, beginning, middle, end, that we needed to be effective. And we got off to a really, really good start and did a really, really nice job at the start, but we weren't able to maintain that. We were up 14 at half, and then they cut it at the beginning of the second half. We gave up 2 threes early, and then, like I said, with about 8 minutes left, they had it to 2, and then we stretched our legs after that, and so they'll be ready to go. They're coming off a big win. They played one of their best games of the year at Houston Christian. They blew them out, won 80-58, won by 22, and played really well there. And so it'll be a tough game. Anytime you go on the road, it's really, really tough. That's why there's nothing harder. I think I've told you this before. There's nothing harder in athletics than winning a conference road game. Doesn't matter what conference you're in. Doesn't matter what. There's nothing more challenging than winning a conference road game. And so we're going to need to play a lot better than we played this past weekend. That's for sure.
And they're a desperate team to try. If they're going to make any kind of a move in the league, they have to win this game.
What do you mean?
They're running out of time.
They're 3-5, right?
Yeah.
What type of move are they going to make?
Try to get up into the top 4.
Yeah, I think. Stay
in the top 4.
Yeah, they're going to have a chance. They're going to have a chance. They got a good team. There's a reason they were picked to win the league. They've had some things not go their way, but they've got a good team. They're well coached, so it'll be a challenge.
Okay, I want to ask you a national question.
A national question?
A national college basketball question.
Okay.
We see a lot of.
Why do you want my opinion on something?
Yeah.
I always get in trouble when we get into this portion of things.
That's okay. That's the fun part of this.
For you.
Yes, but I won't ask any NCAA questions or anything. But the question to me for you is, you see a lot of teams. North Carolina lost the other day. Nobody seems to be in the top 5, staying in the top 5. And the parity is better than ever before, it appears. We saw a lot of mid-majors make moves during the last couple of years in the tournament. You expect more of that, and would you like to see more mid-majors get in the tournament?
Well, look, it's very difficult for the mid-majors to get in the tournament. The way the pre-conference schedule is and the way the bye games and all that work, it's just the system's stacked in the power conference schools' favor. Because you can manipulate the net, manipulate the formula better when you're buying 7-8 home games. You just blow the teams out and you get your efficiencies up and you can just manipulate everything. So it makes it very, very challenging for the mid-majors to get in. I'm not saying it's by design or it's not by design, but that's the truth. But, what happens is you get them on a neutral court, and you get the right matchup, the mid-majors got a real shot, and so the whole key is getting in. Once you get in, anything can happen. But you've got to, you just got to find a way to get in. It's like you at the Gatsby. Once we get you in, anything can happen. We'll get you in, then we'll have you out on the dance floor, then we'll have you.
You don't want to see
anything,
that.
Anything can happen.
You don't want to see that. I I danced one dance at my daughter's weddings. I danced 2 dances at my own wedding, and that was it. That's been my dancing of my adulthood. We don't want to see that. That's not a sight good. It's not a good sight. But also, what do you think about the fact that in the conferences you saw Georgia Tech win, beat North Carolina? There seems to be less of you're on a 14-game win streak, and that's the national top. These teams seem to knock themselves off more than before.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like I said, it's very difficult to win on the road. I mean, you look at somebody like, people don't look at it like this, but you look at somebody like North Carolina, everywhere they go, with the exception of going to Duke, but that's just a totally different thing. They're handing out T-shirts, rally towels. They're doing a blue out, a yellow out, a white out, whatever the heck it may be. You know how hard it is to, like, they're getting it's really impressive, like, what they do, what Kansas does. Some of those big-time programs, Duke, like, they're getting the other team's best shot every night.
Well, you're getting that now.
Yeah, to different extent. I mean, we did the same thing when we were at VCU and we were in the A-10. But, like, you're getting the other team. I mean, you're the trick. You're the T-shirt giveaway. You're the Thunderstick giveaway. You're the foam finger. Whatever it is they want to give out, like, you're that. And so my point on North Carolina and them is those guys are great teams. And, like, on a neutral court, talent and that sort of thing typically wins out. The emotion of the crowd and all that stuff doesn't help. And so, I think that it's important that you recognize how difficult it is for those teams to win and sustain winning at a high level on the road. I mean, that's a major challenge. And look, give Georgia Tech credit. But it took, I mean, I saw the highlight. It looked like they had a whiteout. It looked like the place was packed.
Yeah.
They had all the emotion, all the energy. And, Georgia Tech has to do that once a month. North Carolina's got to do that 8 times a month on the road. I mean, that's a challenge. It's a big-time challenge. And so I think that's why you see a lot of road teams. I mean, look at Alabama right now, struggling at Georgia, down 13 at Georgia right now. Georgia's a good program, but it's tough on the road. It's just very, very tough on the road. It's tough on the road in any league, whether it's the Southland, the SEC, the ACC. I mean, it's just tough. It's tough sledding.
Okay, you guys get a great crowd at home, but in a way, do you think that fires up the other teams coming in because it's the only time they see a great crowd? And they kind of get excited about being in that situation, too, to some extent?
I think there's no doubt. I mean, you look at the start New Orleans got off to, the start that Northwestern got off to. I think, they're excited about playing in our arena where the conference tournament is. I think they're excited about playing in front of a good crowd, playing in front of our crowd, playing in front of our fans. These guys in this league are competitors. They're good players. If you're a competitor, when you walk into an environment like that, when you walk into an arena like that, like, you're going to be ready to go. I mean, you're going to play your best, and so I think that certainly has something to do with it. But that is what it is. That's what we signed up for. We'd rather it be that than nobody in there and everybody play down. We'd much rather it be this way. So bring it on. But there's certainly, I do believe there's certainly some of that.
Yeah, it may help you in the long run, but it definitely puts a target on your back. The fact that you have that many people there. And you're doing things that they don't get to see. So
correct.
It's a completely different atmosphere. I know you don't like to talk about the second game, but Monday night you're back at Commerce.
Yes.
And here. What do you expect from them? Basically the same thing you saw up there?
Yeah, I mean, look, they kind of do what they do offensively. They slip a lot of ball screens. They're going to try to drive us with the 2 guards. They've been playing. They're playing tonight. They play Incarnate Word tonight in a makeup game from the ice up there. They've been playing with the Brewer kid killed us at their place, and they've been playing without Brewer because he got injured, I think, a game or 2 after ours. So that's why they haven't been winning. That's why they've been struggling. So if they have him back, it makes it real tough sledding.
So Saturday, Mr. Bill's a watch party, Southeastern again at 3:30. Also tomorrow night the women play. Next week, softball starts. Busy time for McNeese. Coach, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week on the PokeCast.
Thanks for having me.